Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about allied races. Yes, we're going to be talking about the Kul'tiran humans, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about the thin Kul'tiran humans, which is a variant on top of the normal Kul'tiran human that you probably would have seen on the promotional stuff about for Azeroth and on the website and pretty much everywhere. So the Kul'tiran humans are a brand new alliance allied race coming to the game in Battle for Azeroth at some point, potentially 8.0.5 or 8.1 itself with the new raid tier and content. We actually don't really know anything at this point. Now, unlike any other race in WoW, they will actually have the option to pick a stature between the big boys that you see here and the thin boys that you see on Twitch. This will more than likely work similar to the way the posture option works for upright orcs. I don't think it'll be a completely separate race though. They are listed as a separate race in the game files, but so is your Gilnean human form for the Worgans, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I also doubt this will be something that you can go and change at the barbershop, but you never know. They could add it as a slider at the barbershop. The only problem with that is the fact that they don't have the same customization options between both of the models. So in this video, we're going to go over the current customization options for them, the animations, and we're going to talk about the model in general and show us some of the Transmog on this model just to get a feel to how it's going to play and see if you actually fancy making one when they become live in the game. So first, let's check out the customization options for this race. Now currently there is only a male model available, but I would imagine we'll be seeing a female version of this model pretty soon indeed. So let's start off by checking out the current options for skin color for this race. So currently there are only 4 options to choose from. All of these options are also featured on the regular Kul'tiran human, apart from one of them, which isn't featured on the thin human. Not really too much to say about it, it's just the regular skin colors that you'd expect on a humanoid character in World of Warcraft. So moving on to the face, there is actually currently only one option for the face, but I'm sure we'll get more as the release comes closer. Currently for the big Kul'tiran humans, they actually only have 2 options for faces, but again, I think that's just something they are working on, and I'm sure there'll be more very, very soon. So next, let's check out some of the hairstyles available for this race. So as of right now, there are 4 options for hairstyles. You have the standard bald, and then the hair gets progressively longer, but it still has quite a receding hairline. The graphics for some of this hair is a little rough around the edges, but I would imagine we're not currently looking at the finished article for some of these styles. However, they all do look really great on this model, and they suit it quite well with enough variety to keep it interesting. Along with these styles, you also have 4 hair colors to choose from. You have like a dark blue, grey, dark brown and a light brown, and I've got a feeling we'll probably see a few more options for hair color as well, as their larger counterparts have 7 options to choose from at the moment. And finally, let's see what options they have for facial hair. I actually think this option is complete with a total of 6 styles to choose from, all looking great and really reflecting the piratey style of the Kul'tiran humans and the Kul'tiran people. All of these options are also available on the big Kul'tirans with a few extras as well, but they all look great and they really bring this model to life when using some of them, with a combination of some of the hairstyles. So next we're going to talk briefly about the animations for this model. And if you couldn't tell already, this model reuses the rigging of a player model that already exists. This model is the female undead model. And what they've done is added skin and removed the assets. And there you go. All the animations are exactly the same, but they do not currently include the dance. So here's hoping for a good dance for these guys. I assume as they develop this race even more, and we get closer to seeing them playable, they'll get their own animation quirks. That being said, none of the reskinned ally races received anything unique to them really, so possibly not. We might just end up with a male version of an undead female. And finally, let's take a quick look at how some of the transmogs for this race will look from various classes. Currently there is only one confirmed class for this race, and that is Druid, and I don't think we're going to be getting thin versions of the forms for them. So we'll have like a thin human going into like a big burly bear, but you know, weirder things have happened in World of Warcraft. So we'll check out some transmogs for classes that I'm pretty sure will end up likely being available for the Kul'tiran humans. And that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie and say this version of the race gets me hyped to play one. I think most players will most likely end up going with the big burly body type, but then again, they would work quite well as a caster class as opposed to like a tank. But you never know. I think it's a shame they do reuse the rigging from the undead female, and I really hope they do end up having some unique touches to them. I'm also curious what the female version of this race will end up looking like, or even if they're going to make a female version. So let me know down below what you think of this race, and whether you'll be rolling a Kul'tiran once they hit the game in BFA, and whether you'll be going big or small. I'd love to know what you guys think. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons and YouTube sponsors. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in that way, links are down below. So leave a like on this video if you liked it, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. I also have a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members and a merch store over on Streamlabs. I'm also now streaming on Twitch, so if you want to go follow the Twitch, the link is in the description below this video. And I stream pretty regularly, a couple times a week, and hope to see you on there. And with that, I'll see you next time.